What's up, you guys? I'm Rachel DeMita, and welcome to the Courtside Club. Today, I have a reaction video for you guys because I've been saving a bunch of clips of wild things that have happened in the WNBA just this week. So today, I want to go through all of these, starting with Lexie Hull. So I tweeted this yesterday. She posted a video of what her face currently looks like. And as you guys can see here, she has two black eyes. Her under eyes are swollen. Her nose is swollen. The bridge between her eyebrows is swollen. If you saw this video without context, you would have think she got a nose job or actually got in a fight. It's crazy how her face looks. And this was actually from her getting hit in her forehead. So her and Gabby Williams collided on a play, and I'll show it to you guys right here. Skylar Diggins is driving to the basket, and as you can see, Lexie Hull comes over to play help side defense, but then she sees that the ball gets loose and she starts going for it. Now, Gabby Williams was also going full speed to try to get this loose ball, and they collided. Obviously, with both of them, neither of them were trying to injure the other player. They were both just going for the ball, obviously didn't see one another, was blindsided. But this was a huge collision, and you can see with the way that Lexie reacts, how bad it actually hurt. We were on the live stream and I was screaming. I was like, get her in the back, concussion protocol. I don't care if she comes back in the game. Now, we have to trust the Indiana Fever medical staff and trust that the protocol and the tests and whatever they did with Lexie in the back, which cleared her, by the way, she got back on the court after that and played the entire second half. Now, there were also people in my live stream that were saying like something doesn't look right with her. She looks kind of off. I'm sure she had a massive headache for the rest of the game. With that, you guys, right after the game, right after this happened, you can see the knot that she had on her head. This was an interview that Lexie Hull did after the game. That knot is huge. So there was clearly some damage that happened, and I guess all the blood from that injury ran down into her under eyes. Now, the internet is really split on this. Some people are just saying, wow, Lexie is so tough. I can't believe she got back in the game. Other people are saying the Indiana Fever medical staff needs to be held accountable. Like, clearly there's something more serious than just her getting hit in the face. But you guys definitely let me know in the comments, like, what you think about this. Do you trust the Fever medical staff? Do you think it's okay for her to play? You guys, as I'm editing this video, Chloe Peterson just put up an interview clip with Lexie Hull before their game against the Sparks tonight, where Lexie gives us the update on her injury and how she's actually feeling. So I want to make sure that you guys have the newest information. So here is that clip.
About, the two black eyes, just what was your reaction kind of seeing, obviously, the knot go down your head, but then the black eyes kind of form?
Yeah, well, so when it happened, I had a photo shoot on Wednesday on our off day, so I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna be looking horrible. And originally I was like, I just need to get the swelling to go down in my forehead. So I put a patch, slept with it. The next day woke up and I was like, okay, the bump is almost gone, but now I have two black eyes. So that was tragic. But I mean, it's at this point, it's unfortunately won't be able to hide it. People know, so just rolling with it.
Were you able to hide it for the photo shoots?
The makeup artist did a really, really, really good job. And people that hadn't met me before were like, oh, I can't even tell. I'm like, okay, that's good. We'll take it. But I'm hoping they'll do some editing in the post.
Yeah, and I imagine on Tuesday you got checked for concussion, facial fracture. Just how much of a sigh of relief was it that you didn't have concussion or any kind of fracture in your face?
Yeah, honestly, when it happened, I was like relieved because I could feel myself like I was good to go. Like, I felt completely with it. They did all the tests they needed to do and put ice on it right away, try to keep the swelling down, but I felt good knowing that, like, obviously it could have been a lot worse, and I'm grateful for the people online wanting to check on me and make sure that I'm okay, but I am okay. I've been fully checked out, so
yeah. And Steph mentioned, whenever she sees you with the two black eyes, she smiles in a way because it just exemplifies your toughness. Just, do you feel tough in these kinds of situations with these two black eyes?
I mean, that's what people keep telling me. Every time she sees me, she smiles and then she says, I'm so sorry. I'm like, you don't need to be sorry. This is what it is. And when I'm playing, like, I forget about it, and then I go look at the mirror. I'm like, oh shit, they're still there. So yeah, I don't really think too much about it because I don't necessarily feel them all the time.
Yeah, and you're still able to see completely fine?
Yep.
All right.
Nothing's changed.
All right, perfect. I think
she is also expected to play in tonight's game against the Los Angeles Sparks, and I hope if she is playing, at the very least, they get her a Kobe Mamba mask. Like, she needs that of all things. She cannot take another blow to the face, especially with the two black eyes that she has. And the craziest part about this is that the game before this game that she got what she collided with Gabby Williams' head. She got elbowed in the face in the game against the Lynx. So if you guys watch here, Kayla McBride gets the rebound and Lexie Hull does foul her. She reaches around, but Kayla McBride swings upward with her elbow with so much velocity. And if you guys look at the second angle, it's actually worse. Lexie pulls around, Kayla turns around, whacks her in the jaw. And if you look how she fell too, I'm like so glad nothing happened to her left leg, because the way that she fell also looked really painful. The wild thing about all of this, you guys, they did not call this a flagrant. They called it a technical and then they still called the foul on Lexie Hull. And their reasoning for not calling it a flagrant is because it happened after the whistle. So basically you're allowed to hit somebody, elbow somebody as long as it's after the whistle. That was the reasoning. Doesn't make any sense at all. This play was so dangerous. And the lore behind this play in itself is there's a YouTuber, you guys actually brought him to my attention, by the way, so thank you for that. This YouTuber, Venom, he was doing a live stream and he actually had Lexie Hull's mom on the live stream, and she was talking about when Lexie Hull got this elbow to the face that her jaw actually wasn't even tracking properly on her face, like she was having a hard time biting down. Like that is how painful it was. Lexie Hull stayed in the game after this. She continued to play. Moving on, I want to point out another elbow that happened in the same game. I'm coughing because this is wild. That happened in the same game against the Minnesota Lynx, and that was Kelsey Mitchell taking an elbow to the face. Now, if you watch this play here, she is guarding Jess Shepard, and Jess just pummels her. And Kelsey's on the ground in so much pain. So much pain, so much pain. Everybody gathers around her. So let's watch the play one more time in slow motion. Here's a closer angle. So Jess is about to hand the ball off, but instead she fakes the handoff and then clocks Kelsey Mitchell in the face. Now, this play was actually called a flagrant one because it didn't happen after the whistle. So make it make sense. I'm glad it was called a flagrant one, but also, do we need to start making the players wear masks to play basketball? I actually said that on the live stream. You know those catcher's masks that baseball players wear where they have the like bars in front of their face? Do WNBA players need to start wearing those? Is that the level of physicality that we're at with the WNBA, that we have to wear face shields to play basketball? But if you thought that players were the only ones who could injure other players, then you would be greatly mistaken, because the mop boys can also injure players. Just watch this play, you guys. I'm sorry, I'm laughing. It's funny, but it's not funny. So the Indiana Fever are going down. As you can see, this is the game against the Lynx also. Nafisa Collier gets the steal. And what is that on the floor? What's that on the floor? Everybody's coming down full steam ahead, and the mop head is on the floor. The mop boy dropped his mop head, and instead of stopping the play, running on the court himself, making sure the referees knew about it, he just let it sit there. That's a situation where somebody actually could have gotten seriously injured. If somebody was going full speed and they did not see that and they slipped on that, their knee could have gone with it. So you just never know at WNBA games. It could be a mop head that hits the floor. It could be a green flying thing that hits the floor. You could get hit in the face with an elbow. You just never know what you're going to get. But at this point, I'm going to put them in full football pads and catcher's helmets in order to play basketball. Now, this clip was actually so funny. Actually, it's like funny, but not funny. I'm laughing because I think we're at the point where we have to laugh about these sort of things. It's clearly not getting better. And at this point in time, I just hope that people don't get injured in this league. But those are high hopes. So anyway, during the Connecticut Sun and the New York Liberty game, this is what the game announcer had to say when there was another skirmish. What's it called? Fight. We're just going to call it a fight. When another fight broke out during the New York Liberty Connecticut Sun game.
How many skirmishes are there on Connecticut Sun games? It's a skirmish. It's a skirmish a game. They average a skirmish a game, bro.
How many skirmishes are there in a Connecticut Sun game? They average a skirmish a game, and I've warned you guys about this from the beginning. The teams that are at the bottom who have nothing to lose are literally the most dangerous teams that you can go up against. Now, somebody commented and they said, why is it funny? It's cheating and it's disgusting, and it's giving people injuries where they're out for the rest of the season, which is also true because this happened with Indiana Fever players. And then somebody else replied and they said the announcers don't think it's funny. They did say afterwards afterwards that they were happy the refs took control and called the technical foul on Rivers because it sets a precedent for the game not to continue to have this kind of play. And that has really been the whole message of this season, is the referees need to control the game. And it comes from the top down. It comes from the referee training. If I were WNBA commissioner, my first order of business would be either getting in new referees or making sure that they were trained properly for this league, because this overtly physical style of basketball, like, one, it's just not exciting to watch. Like, it's not a good product. And two, you're injuring the players. Dallas plays today, and they're going to have a roster of 8 people. Now, in order to even play in a WNBA game and not have to forfeit the game, you have to have at least 8 active players. And right now, Dallas is on the cusp of that. I'm filming this video before their game, so not quite sure what the final lineup is going to be. This last play I wanted to show you, I guess a lot of these clips have to do with the Minnesota Lynx. This is just from the game last night where Skylar Diggins got super heated with Napheesa Collier and with the Minnesota bench. So as you can see here, she makes a 3 over Napheesa Collier and immediately starts chirping her. Now, we know Skylar Diggins is a hothead. She has a lot of energy on the court. She is not afraid to get into it with players. And then she runs over to the Lynx's bench and just starts going off on them. And it doesn't surprise me at all. If any player is going to do something like this, it's going to be Skylar. She is probably the most fiery player in the WNBA. But then you can also see Coach Cheryl Reeve runs on the court and is getting into it with the ref. And I believe after this, Coach Cheryl Reeve was actually the one who got the technical, but she was so pissed. And then look, this ref is now screaming at all of the coaches, telling them, get back to your bench, get back to your bench. The wild thing about this game, you guys, is this was the game after the Storm played the Indiana Fever and got blown out by the Indiana Fever. But they beat the Minnesota Lynx, who was in that #1 spot. They have secured it by a mile. Second best is so far down the list, and the Storm beat them. So the WNBA, to me, it seems like at any given time, it can be anyone's day. It can be anyone's day to win a game, to lose a game. Lastly, this isn't a video to react to, but it is something that came across my timeline. I wanted to share it with you guys. Alyssa Thomas just became the player with the most points assisted in WNBA history. Now, Alyssa Thomas has assisted in 752 points. And when you first see that, you're like, wow, that's amazing. Because it is amazing. That's a great stat to have. That means she's getting her teammates involved. She's really elevating them. But then you look at who is #2, and it's Caitlin Clark. Now, why is that funny? Because Caitlin Clark has played 1 1/4 seasons, and Alyssa Thomas is in her 12th season. Sorry, not her 12th season, her 11th season in the WNBA. And then after Caitlin Clark is Courtney Vandersloot with 749 points, and she is also a veteran in the WNBA. So with this stat, a lot of people were replying about Caitlin Clark, because how can you not? It's crazy that a rookie was the one leading, and now a rookie has only played a handful of games this season because she has been out with injury, and Alyssa Thomas is just passing her after 11 seasons in the WNBA. So when you talk about Caitlin Clark and you talk about her greatness on the court, this is just another measurement. Not only did she break so many records as a rookie, she's leading the WNBA in certain categories, and this is one of them. So congrats to Alyssa Thomas on getting to this record, because it's still a great accomplishment. But we also we got to look at what Caitlin Clark has done in only 1 season in the W, and it's actually crazy. With that, you guys, Sunny has jumped on my lap. I think it's time for me to wrap this video up. It's a Friday. It's a holiday weekend. We'll keep it short and sweet, keep it light and fun. Is that what you want me to stop? Okay. But anyway, you guys, if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Click that little subscribe button, because we upload new videos every single week. We will also be live for the Indiana Fever versus Los Angeles Sparks game tonight. So tune in for that. And Sunny. All right. I gotta go. And with that, you guys, I will see you next time. Ooh, and Are you purring? Do you have something to say? Everyone loves Sunny. Ooh, and Ooh, and Bye.